YouTube fans of DX Engineering. It's Tuesday afternoon here in the summertime on the East Coast or the Eastern time zone of the USA. Not really the East Coast, but it's 17:16 Zulu on July 26, 2022. And this is Tuesdays with Tim and Jeff. And for the last 3+ years, I am very proud to have Jeff, KB8ZWT, on with me, and we are going to talk about verticals today, Jeff.
Yeah, I've been working on my vertical. This is not a tan. This is SS30, and jet lube all over me. But I've been working on mine for the last couple of days.
Yeah, jet lube is part of the maintenance regime, and I was really excited to hear that you were outside, not cutting grass, but actually pulling apart your vertical and making sure that everything is working well. And what did you find, Jeff?
I cleaned everything up on it. I re-jet lubed everything. I measured it out per our instruction manual and then started tuning. I've got everything under 2-to-1 except for 30 meters. I'm having a little issues with that right now, but it got a little dark last night, so I didn't get to finish it. Had jet lube all over me for a couple days and all over my clothes, but it seems to be working pretty good. And used this to check the antenna and didn't have extra batteries in my battery. It's dead. So.
And Jeff, do you see your vertical there on the screen?
No, not yet.
Okay. Hopefully it'll be there in a second. I am doing
coming up. There it is, right next to the tool shed. Not the best location, but it worked.
Yeah, so let's talk about that. Here's the Butternut HF9V, and how old is this vertical now, Jeff?
I would say I think I put that up in 2017 or 18. I think it was 18. I put that up.
Okay, so it's been up for a few years. It still looks bright and shiny. I mean,
yep,
looks pretty good. Jeff, talk about some of the animal issues you've had.
Yeah. What started this project is I have a lot of deer that go through the yard, and a buck earlier in the year or late last year decided he wanted to rub his antlers up against the antenna and kind of just mess the coils up and move things around a little bit. And that's why this project happened.
So a lot of these verticals get into compromised situations. I mean, everybody would love to have, a wide open field with, no obstructions. But Jeff, let's talk about how close you are to your shed here.
I am approximately 6 feet from that tool shed corner, which obviously is not the best location because one, I'm on the property line, which is about 10 feet behind there. But then I don't have any radials underneath the tool shed, obviously. And then going the other direction in front of the tool shed, I'm on the property line there, which is about 12 feet. So my radials start about 10 feet and then come around all the way to 32 feet. And then when I come back to the other property line, I'm back to about 12 feet. So,
okay. So
2 pieces of the pie missing.
Right, but it is a compromised situation, but it works very well. I mean, you're working people all over the world with this.
I've worked all over the world with it. I think it's because of my wife's flowers that she planted there. They're metal. I don't know, but I do a good job with that antenna. I'm very, very surprised.
All right, and so Jeff, talk about the radial plate here. This is the DX Engineering patented radial plate.
Yep. I got 44 radials on it, and then right behind there I have a ground rod in the ground with a wire strap, copper strap going to the antenna. Okay. So when I put the ground radials down, all I did was cut my grass real short, which I don't normally do, stretch them out, put some anchors in, and watch the grass grow around it, and I don't even know where those are anymore.
Yeah, that is really good. And Jeff, I see you've upgraded this Butternut to the DX Engineering feed point connector.
Yes, that made a big difference. Now, as you can tell right now, I don't have any weatherproofing on it because I'm still tuning it. I will waterproof that tonight because we're supposed to get some rain tomorrow. But I waterproof that real good with our waterproofing kit that we have.
Yeah, so I mean, you know, you have taken to heart what we talk about here on the show, which is you have to do maintenance to these antennas.
Yes.
You just cannot put them out there and hope for the best. And so let's talk about some of the things that that you have here, and let me know when you see the DX Engineering website here, Jeff. You know, so we're talking about the Butternut HF9V vertical from DX Engineering, and we've hopefully, Jeff, you're going to see the screen here shortly. And so all I did was I put in HF9V in the search box.
It hasn't come up yet.
Hasn't come up yet.
We'll talk about tuning that in a minute too, because that's very critical.
Yeah, I mean, tuning is so important, and you know that the as soon as you
there
see
it is. Yep,
there we go.
There it is.
All right, so let's talk about the tuning. Here is the HF9V. Talk about the tuning, Jeff.
Well, one of the things very important, and a lot of our customers get hung up on this, is before you do any of the tuning, you have to compress the 12-meter coil completely. If you don't do that, it's probably going to tune the 12-meter coil to 10 meters later on. But when you do tune it, and I messed up on this yesterday, you need to do 10 meters and 15 meters at the same time. And I forgot that. So I tuned 10 meters, got 10 meters real good, and then I forgot to do 15. I'm like, I shouldn't make that big of a difference. I tuned 15 meters, and then 10 meters was off the chart again. So I had to start all over, made a couple adjustments on 10 meter and 15 meters and had them pretty much flat. And then did the 6 meters. 6 meters was real easy, and just worked myself down through the manual. Follow the manual. That's going to make a big difference. If you don't follow that manual, this thing is not going to tune the way it should.
You know, Jeff, do you see the Butternut manual now?
Yes. Yep.
All right. So this is the manual that you're talking about. And here's the HF9V. It covers 80 through 6 meters. And so this manual, which is, what, 28 pages, Jeff?
Yeah. And Parky did a great job on this manual. It's amazing.
Yeah. I mean, all the things that you need to know. I mean, I really believe that our manuals are best in class. And of course, this is available right on the website. But the theory and the test equipment, and then, you know, talking about the various issues with radial systems, which you've talked about. And here's an example of the feed point connector, Jeff. Talk about what the differences were when you put this in.
Well, actually, when I got this and put this in, I had that automatically. I ended up buying one before I started to do anything different. So I did have that from the beginning. Otherwise, it would have been just two connectors coming off of the coax, the center pin, and the shield going to the antenna.
Right. But this makes it very, very convenient, very nice. And you talk about the JetLube SS30, and there it is.
There it is.
You know,
and also with tuning, and I wasn't 100% sure of this yesterday when I talked to you. You know, tune from the 75 matching coax.
Yes, because that is part of the feed system. That is an integral part. So there is a 75 ohm series section matching system, and so that is where you want. But look at these drawings, Jeff. I mean, everything is really laid out here.
Yes. Yep. No, that's a great manual. Like I say, if you follow that manual like you should, you'll be fine. And I said this before, when I first put that antenna up, it was kind of quick. I just did some things, and I didn't do the manual. I went and tried to tune 40 and 80 and a few here and a few there, and it don't work. It just doesn't work that way.
Right.
So follow the manual.
Right. And here's the components in the feed system, showing the 75 ohm matching section, the shunt coil, Q. And did you have any deer trouble with the shunt coil, Jeff?
Surprisingly, no. I mean, that was in pretty good shape. I mean, a little dirty. I cleaned it up yesterday. I was going to replace it and was able to clean it up, but no, that was actually in good shape. It was just the 40 and 80 coil that kind of got messed up.
Right. And you're checking tight on all the hardware, right?
Yes, I made sure everything was tightened up real good.
You know, and then here's a whole section that Parky has put together on the adjustments. And, you know, it really walks you through step by step. Check the VSWR on 20, check it on 30, check it on 15, check it on 17. So, you know, and then a whole troubleshooting section, Jeff.
Yep.
So it's really good. It's a quality product. It is one of our, you know, our big products. I mean, it's expensive, but it really works. You've worked all over the world with this antenna.
Yeah, like I say, on 100 watts with the ICOM 7200 and 7300 and the Yaesu 891. I've tried them all, and I have all around the world. I've gone through pileups. I mean, it really truly is a great antenna. I mean, I can't say anything better about it. It's just a great antenna.
Yeah, so you've got all sorts of 5-star reviews that are here on the DX Engineering website. That'll give you the, you know, here's what people like, here's what they didn't like, and of course, I think you give it 2 thumbs up, Jeff.
Sorry, I muted myself there. Yeah, 2 thumbs up, definitely. Like I say, it's a great antenna.
All right, and so let's see who we have on today with us, Jeff. That's been watching. Larry, I think this might be Larry's first show with us here in the chat room. Kilo Bravo Zero Sierra Quebec Whiskey, and Jimmy Cessna, who I got to have dinner with last night. It was great to see you, Jimmy. That's Kilo Bravo 8 November, and he's been doing the same thing, cleaning up his antennas. He's working on a high gain TH6 and trying to get that up. And Don, who's a frequent user here on the chat room, Whiskey Juliet 3 United, and from Denmark, it's Benny, Oscar Zulu 7, Quebec, the Netherlands. He says, Tim, are you on 30 meters of the warp bands? Pop Echo 2 Kilo. No, I'm saving those for down the road. I don't have any warp antennas here, but I have heard, Jeff, and I'm sure you can confirm this, the 17 meters and 12 meters are great bands.
Yeah, we've been getting a lot of calls, and when I'm talking to people, I'm asking what they're doing. They're 17 meters. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you know, 17 is really good. Kilo Delta 9 Sierra Hotel Alpha. It says, Randall says, thanks for the video. And we have Kilo Bravo 1 Alpha Whiskey Mike on from South Carolina. And our friend Greg, November Charlie 7 Bravo. And he says, any status on Kilo 7 Kilo? I'm listening for them. Well, Greg, we're actually going to be doing a test call with them here in a few hours. And the plan is, if everything goes to plan, from Kiska Island, Jeff, we're going to have W8 Hotel Charlie, and Hal is going to be on from Kiska live on the show on Friday.
Oh,
so
wow.
You don't want to miss that. And John says, Jet Lube is worth the money. Great stuff. The 6BTV is easy to assemble and tune now. The radio plate is another good buy for long-term durability. And, you know, those Hustler verticals, Jeff, when you look at the bang for the buck.
I'm telling you, that's another great antenna. popular seller for us. And there's a guy out on Washington that I talked to a few months back. He bought the 6B TV from us, and he's impressed on how well it worked and tuned up for him.
It does. And of course, Parkey outdid himself on the manual for that.
Yes, he did.
Over 60 pages long on how to hot rod your Hustler vertical. And Val's on India Uniform 3 Bravo Tango Yankee from Italy. And from Detroit, it's Whiskey 8 Victor India Papa. Dawn is on Whiskey Juliet 3 United. I should knock on wood. I have not had any critters chew through any of my coax in the 40 years they have been outside. So let's not say anything, Dawn, because we don't want to encourage them. And 2 Echo 0 Radio Echo Echo is on from England. And let's see here. Looking for call signs. Whiskey Papa 4 Fox Mike Hotel, Virgin Islands, 599, age 62, a ham since 1983. And our friend Dan, Whiskey Alpha 4 Mike Oscar Mike. Hello and good afternoon, Tim and Jeff. I've got a deep lot, but unfortunately, most of it runs downhill. I string up my double bazookas and dipoles wherever I can, and it works great. And from Indonesia, Yankee Bravo 2 Delta X-Ray. I use ground radial DX engineering for an antenna on the 160 meter band with an inverted L wire. It's a perfect grounding system. How about that? Indonesia, yeah. It's in the middle of the night over there, Jeff. That is so cool. Our friend Mark Haynes is on from England today. Good afternoon, Tim and Jeff. These are great antennas. If mounted at ground level, they work well even without radials, so don't be put off if you cannot get radials out. Of course, the performance is enhanced with the ground radial system. And Mark is Mike 0 Delta X-ray radio. And Jeff, you know how I feel about radials. You got to have them.
Yeah.
It's really the secret sauce. From Norway, it's Lima Alpha 3 Zulu Papa Alpha. Ron, he loves his DX Engineering 7580 FS VA3. Now, that's the big mama 80 meter vertical that we sell, heavy duty. And Ron's got one over in Norway. And Dawn says DX Engineering is great in customer feedback to improve their products. And we're trying really hard, Dawn. We've got all the reviews, Jeff. I mean, it's really nice when you have customers that leave real reviews.
Right.
It just, it helps others in their buying decisions. From Israel, 4 X-Ray 5 Whiskey Bravo. And Ed is on Kilo 3 Charlie United. And from New Jersey, Kilo Bravo 2 Victor Kilo Zulu. So Jeff, you're going to go back out and continue the tuning. Is that right?
Yeah, I'm probably going to do that later today. I'm also going to make up a no deer sign and hang it from there and see if they can read that and stay away from it.
Right, and it's NODEER, right?
Right. Yep.
Not NODIR, which would be Echo Yankee 8 Mike, our good friend No Deer. But no deer on the Butternut vertical. Well, Jeff, thanks so much for spending your Tuesday with me and for doing it for over 3 years. This has been great. And to all of you who are viewing, I hope you learned something today on Jeff's experience with his Butternut HF9V. Until next time, 73 from DX Engineering.